Under California's glittering sun, Harry and Meghan's once inspiring escape from royal life now feels shadowed by suspicion. They vowed to reject palace money and build an independent future, yet after stepping back, their fortune appeared to surge. A Montecito estate, round-the-clock security, luxury cars, and designer wardrobes that didn't match their starting fresh narrative. Even loyal supporters began asking who was footing the bill, as Hollywood cooled, Spotify backed away, Netflix's interest dimmed, Meghan's projects fizzled, and Harry's memoir alone couldn't fund jets and multi-million-dollar estates. With their much-touted deals looking shaky, whispers have shifted from gossip to real inquiry, with financial trackers watching offshore accounts, unusual transfers, and shadowy donations that could reveal who's really bankrolling the Sussex lifestyle.
Those words now hang over Harry and Meghan like a dark cloud, as even their own charities and impact projects, once shields of goodwill, are probed for legal, financial, and reputational flaws. Meghan, once sold as a Hollywood icon and future cultural leader, is whispered about as overhyped and under-delivering, her big ventures stalled and her image shifting from polished power to constant drama. Harry, meanwhile, is described by insiders as angry and restless, trapped in the very gilded cage he demanded, living a saga no tabloid could script, as accountants, investigators, and officials, indifferent to titles or interviews, circle around them. From the palace comes only silence. William reportedly won't engage, and every headline from California, every hint of federal eyes on his brother, weighs on the monarchy's image. The once imagined reconciliation now looks like fatigue or even disdain, as the spotlight Harry and Meghan craved twists into interrogation, and the brand they built on transparency feels increasingly hollow. Those words now hang over Harry and Meghan like a dark cloud, as even their own charities and impact projects, once shields of goodwill, are probed for legal, financial, and reputational flaws. Meghan, once sold as a Hollywood icon and future cultural leader, is whispered about as overhyped and under-delivering, her big ventures stalled and her image shifting from polished power to constant drama. Harry, meanwhile, is described by insiders as angry and restless, trapped in the very gilded cage he demanded, living a saga no tabloid could script, as accountants, investigators, and officials, indifferent to titles or interviews, circle around them. From the palace comes only silence. William reportedly won't engage, and every headline from California, every hint of federal eyes on his brother, weighs on the monarchy's image. The once imagined reconciliation now looks like fatigue or even disdain, as the spotlight Harry and Meghan craved twists into interrogation, and the brand they built on transparency feels increasingly hollow.
Friends describe Harry as short-tempered and restless, realizing the freedom he fought for has become a cage of expectations. Financial questions now carry weight far beyond gossip, with investigators eyeing offshore accounts, shell donations, and suspicious transfers, red flags that could turn their philanthropic shield into a sword if charity money masks financial maneuvering. The palace's silence only magnifies scrutiny. William's restraint and quiet distance underline a widening rift as each headline about probes or mysterious income chips at the monarchy's image. To insiders, Harry's moves look reckless, not brave, and Hollywood, once their safe haven, is also cooling. Executives back away from projects that lose more than they earn. Meghan's ventures are stalling, and the appetite for Harry's grievances is fading. Without major success, the couple risks being seen less as trailblazers and more as liabilities, with public sympathy now conditional and patience wearing thin.
The global audience that once clapped for Harry and Meghan's independence with almost movie-like enthusiasm is no longer satisfied with soft statements, curated photos, or choreographed appearances. It now demands proof, receipts, and explanations that actually make sense. And with every week that those answers remain hidden, the glare of scrutiny intensifies and spreads to new corners. Ironically, the couple who fled the palace to escape what they called suffocating oversight now stand beneath a far tougher and more technical magnifying glass, not wielded by gossip writers or tabloids, but by financial investigators, compliance lawyers, and watchdogs with the power to convert whispers into subpoenas and indictments, all circling one devastatingly simple question: how do they really afford the life they are living? Their public image still projects an aura of brave, self-made independence, yet the reality of jets, sprawling Montecito estates, rotating fleets of luxury cars, designer wardrobes, and 24/7 security far outstrips the book royalties, speaking fees, and handful of media deals that have been publicly disclosed. When expenses consistently dwarf visible income, suspicion rushes in to fill the gap, curiosity turns to pressure, and accountability replaces admiration. Federal scrutiny at this level is not rumor, but a process triggered by data anomalies, unusual transfers and transactions that, if confirmed, could lead to audits, fines, or even criminal charges, stripping away the glamour of California mansions for the harsh, cold lighting of a courtroom. Public opinion is shifting fast. Longtime supporters hesitate, sympathy erodes, and the carefully curated narrative of transparency and authenticity begins to look brittle and performative. Behind the scenes, the strain is said to be obvious. Harry's temper reportedly flares more often, Meghan's composure is harder to maintain. And the couple who once controlled every frame of their story now find the lens turned against them with no memoir, Netflix special, or podcast episode powerful enough to spin away unwelcome truths if investigators uncover what many have begun to suspect. What once seemed like the Sussexes' bold and shimmering fairy tale of independence is now expanding into a long, uneasy, cautionary saga, a story with new chapters of intrigue, suspicion, and irony being written every day. Their entire legacy sits on a knife's edge, depending on whether they can convincingly demonstrate that the fortune powering their post-royal life is genuinely clean, transparent, and self-earned, rather than a carefully disguised stream of hidden funding, favors, or back-channel deals. If the rumors and whispers stalking them ever harden into verifiable evidence, the empire they built on slogans of honesty and openness will not just develop cracks, but could collapse spectacularly under the same spotlight they once courted, dragging into public view every property deed, designer invoice, private jet flight plan, security bill, partnership contract, and offshore transaction. The irony is almost cinematic. The couple who fled the